Afternoon. Okay, we're going to record the meeting today. We have people that will be joining us shortly, and I think Linda's going to be starting off her video, and we'll kick things off right after the video. All right. Thank you, Linda, for the very cute and updated video to introduce Speak IT. I just want to say, first of all, thank you all for joining this afternoon, and thank you to our IT department chair, Linda Donaldson, which I think the majority of you do know. She chairs what we call our information technology, or she's the department head of our information advisory technology board, and I'm the chair of the information technology board, which is made up of a variety of different professionals from the field. And our goal and objective is to try to bring a variety of different speakers to you all as students right now within ECC, and eventually professionals within the technology world. We've done a variety of Speak IT events for the spring of 2026, and we're kind of midway through those right now with today's, I think, very impressive group. You will have the opportunity to ask questions and hear from some of your peers who are basically in the same shoes as you are, and they've accepted the challenge, and I want to thank them very much for that, to come and to speak to you about things like what they've learned, what they've obtained from maybe conversations with myself or other advisory board members. And our goal is to have them speak to you and to share with you where they are, what they've learned, how they're applying that, those skills that they've picked up for, maybe getting an internship or maybe getting in a job. And what this is helping them be better prepared with. So I encourage you all as attendees to ask them those very direct questions that can help you, because the board's here to help you and your fellow students are here to help you. So I'm going to turn it over to our guest speakers, that is. I did suggest to them some ways to present themselves. So I will leave it up to one of my guest speakers to jump in, introduce themselves, tell them where you are in school right now, and however they want to take it from there. So this is an open forum. I'll monitor the chat area for questions, but really the preference is for you to turn your camera on and for you to ask the question that you want to ask to our guest speakers. Okay? So I'm going to turn it over to my guest speakers. Which one of you has got the guts to volunteer and jump in first?
I would like to go first.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Go
thank you
ahead.
for having me. Hi, good morning, everyone. Afternoon, I mean. Thank you for having me today. My name is Eric. I'm currently studying information technology with a focus on cybersecurity. Most of my classes are online, so the Speak IT event has been really helpful in the way that I approach my classes and my studies. It has been very valuable for me. It also helped me to connect with a lots of professionals and understand how the tech industry actually works. So before I started attending the Speak IT events, I actually had a different and completely different idea about how entering the tech field worked. I believed that I needed to finish my degree first, and before I start applying for any jobs or tech, in the tech or internships. Also because of that, I wasn't applying to anything yet, and I didn't have any resume ready by that time. So I didn't realize that the labs and the projects that I used to do in my IT classes could actually count as experience, and that's like one of the things that I can use to put it to start preparing for my resume. And so by attending the Speak IT event, that changed the perspective for me. And so through the program, I was able to connect with the mentor, Mr. Howard. Um, so Mr. Howard has been very helpful, and he's the most valuable person that I have gained through the program right now, and other people through him also. I connected with mentor Mr. Howard, and he has been guiding me through things like networking, preparing for the job market, and understanding how the tech industry works. And I remember one piece of advice that he gave me, and that advice actually stuck with me a lot. It was about jobs and internship. He told me just apply. Even if you feel like you're not fully qualified yet, you should still apply and let the employer decide if you're not qualified enough. And when he told me that, I was really encouraged to go and start applying for internships and jobs. Um, so that advice helped me change the way I approach opportunities. Instead of just waiting until I completed my studies, I just started putting myself out there more. And also through my mentor, I was able to get introduced to Mr. Mike. We had him here a couple of times. He's yeah. So Mr. Mike, I was able to meet with him through my mentor, Mr. Howard, and we did a 30-minute meeting on a Zoom call. And through the Zoom call, he was able to review my resume that I started working on after my mentor told me that I need to start prepping for start having a resume. So he gave me advice and tips how what employers look for and what things I should include in my resume. So one of the most important things that he explained to me was that the labs and projects that we did in school are actually valuable experiences. And before that conversation, I didn't realize that those projects could be included on a resume and taken seriously by employers. He also recommended creating a website where I could showcase the labs and technical works I have been doing. That way, employers can actually see the projects and skill set instead of just reading about them on a resume. After applying the advice I received from my mentor and Mr. Mike, I started improving my resume. I started building my portfolio and attending networking events. And I also started applying for opportunities, even though I felt sometimes I wasn't fully ready yet. I just go with the flow, I guess. So eventually, that approach and the different advices that I have taken in, I was able to get an opportunity to work as an AI trainer right now. And it has been a really good experience. And so the only thing I would say that sometimes one of the things that are one of the biggest barriers is simply convincing yourself that to take that first step. And for me, the Speak IT series helped me bridge the gap between what we learn in class and what real tech industry looks like. And it also gave me practical advice and professional connection and the confidence to start pursuing opportunities earlier instead of just waiting until graduation or until finishing my degree that I was working on. So if I would like to give an advice for a student today who are just starting or who are about to start, who are about to finish their degree, is it will be a great thing to take advantage of programs like this, like the Speak IT events and the people and different speakers that we have come in and give us advice. It's a great opportunity for you to start attending those events and just gain as much knowledge that you could from them and just taking the advice that they can provide for you. Ask questions, talk to people, And also don't be afraid to put yourself out there. And so you will never know which conversation may lead to mentorship, guidance, or any first opportunities in tech. So I would just like to say, go out there and put yourself out and try to talk to many different people as you could, gain more knowledge from them, collect information, and yeah, just that's all I got.
Well, I want to thank you for all of that. Linda, I think I've just been put out of a job. So your your new advisor is right on the screen right now, Linda. So she's going to take my role,
Right.
and I can stand down.
It
So
was well said,
very,
very
very,
well put
very,
together.
very, very well said. Very well said. I'm just going to throw it out to the team, or people on the call right now. Do you have questions for her or comments or anything? Because again, you have your peers sharing with you the things that she's done, learned, gained, grown.
Yeah,
The relationship she and I have, I told her before, this is a tough love opportunity. I said, as long as she's doing well, she has my hands for it with me. But if she doesn't do so well, I will find her, I'll visit her, and we'll have a strong conversation, young lady. But
absolutely.
um, but she knows that that's all in jest, but that's all in caring for her, because I think our goal, our objective is, we know you guys are replacements for us. We want you to be best prepared to come into this field, to know what you need to do to get it right. It's a tough field, okay, for everybody, and the more prepared and the better prepared you are, the easier it will be for you to come into this field. And I know she had a lot of reservations when I spoke with her, a lot of fears, but she's growing, she's learning, she's doing different things that are just going to help her just be better prepared and ready to come into the market. And when she comes in here, I just want her to be the sharpest tool in the toolbox when she comes in here, and just be ready and go and get it. Okay. And then don't forget to send me my fee, which is one payday candy bar, just one. That that's
Absolutely.
that's that's my consulting fee to you. You owe me one payday candy bar. Okay. All righty. Questions. Okay. I do see one from Mike. Mike, since you're on the call, ask your question. I don't want to read it. I would prefer you ask it.
Sure. Thank you for taking the time to host this event, and thank you for letting me ask the question. My question was, what job board did you find your position as an AI trainer? Because I spend most of my time on Indeed, and a lot of this stuff on Indeed is not really like, there's some tech stuff, but it's mostly like I don't really find that kind of stuff on Indeed. So where do you find stuff like that?
Oh yeah. So I actually found it through Handshake. I think it's a website that we have in our school. So I think it's better than Indeed because it's very limited, it's small. Not a lot of people know about it too. And so I applied there, started looking in the Handshake website, started looking for jobs, just put in my resume. I put in the um, my degree, what I'm studying, um, all of this, and I just started applying and I got a response back. So Handshake, I
Okay.
would say.
All right. Cool. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Mike, just to throw something at you and everybody on the call, I will say that Linda and the advisory board have most recently been sending out information about internships and job opportunities. We sent out some internships for the summer for National Fuel, and I'm looking at what we sent out. It talked about information security and a developer role. Tech Systems has about 5 different summer roles that they were looking for. M&T has internship opportunities that you could apply for. Those fill up extremely fast. M&T is where I really work at. And also Tech Buffalo has a portion of their group called Power Up. Now, we've sent that information out. I know I've sent it out to my students. I know Linda has sent that out to others. If you don't have that, Mike, just outreach to me and I'll send that information to you today if you want it, man. Okay. But we are communicating internship and opportunities that we as a board become aware of to the group so that you guys have an insider information. Because like you said, Mike, you're going to Indeed, you're looking at some of the other boards. You're going to find jobs faster through contacts and networks than you will through going to Indeed or any of the other job boards. You know, you're competing with 1,000 other people. Okay. But when we send you something, Mike Mommertz, who works for Lighthouse, who's part of our board, he's a tech recruiter. He sent us the internship opportunities about National Fuel. That's a direct inside inline connect. And he's telling us about internships, and you probably won't find him on Indeed, but he's saying, go to National Fuel, apply for the information security analysis role or an app or a developer. And if you get those opportunities, I'm going to tell you this, take them. If you guys want to be selective of what you think you can get, it's going to be hard as hell to find it. If that opportunity is in front of you, take it, get the experience, learn what you can learn, grow, and move on to the next one. Don't wait for the best role, because that's going to be hard as hell to find. I guarantee you that. And if you wait for the best role, you're going to be competing with a couple thousand people for that role. And again, I work for M&T Bank. I'm in the technology group of that. I can tell you, we have programs here where we get 5,000 people applying for 250 jobs, and they're apprentice jobs. It is hard to get in there, but if you get in there, it is a guaranteed great opportunity for you. And again, if you all are interested, look me up. I'll give you my 2 cents on things, but that's on you guys. All right. We're going to move on to our next speaker. Oh, Linda also put the text system information and the contact in the chat here. If you are interested, if you see it today, you better be applying today. If you wait until tomorrow, that is too late. Okay. All right. I'm just want to go to our next speaker. I'll leave it up to you two gentlemen for you to chime in. Who wants to take that opportunity next? Herschel or Suleiman? It's up to you guys.
You can go up next.
Go ahead, Suleiman. Thank you.
Hey guys, good afternoon. My name is Suleiman Naji. I started going to ECC in fall of 2024. I graduated fall 2025. Mr. Howard and Mrs. Donaldson were a great part of my success and made it much easier to graduate in an enjoyable moment at ECC. I was directed to a summer internship in summer of 2025. And that was directly given to me by Mr. Howard and Mrs. Donaldson. And now, after being an intern for the summer, I was offered then a full-time position at the intern company where I was interning. And here I am now, still working over there. I also transferred over to Buff State to complete my bachelor's degree. So that's where I currently am. I will say the Speak IT program was definitely played a huge role. First of all, it let me get closer, communicate more, or get more exposure, I guess. And then Mr. Howard also offered me the chance to, review my resume or do a mock-up interview, and also give me advice on like how to always be looking for opportunities and always applying for stuff, even though, like Eric said, even if you don't qualify, you should still apply and give it a shot. So, and then I also met other people through Professor Howard. Terry Hashley was one. He was also my mentor. He offered me more advice on like my resume and also did a mock-up interview for me. So I think that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Questions to at least our first two guest speakers so far, and we still have one more to come. But what does, I know Peter, I see Peter asked a question, and his question was, what has helped you to stay more disciplined when connecting with your mentor to keep you strong, to keep this strong relationship achieving your goals in your academic progress. The second part of that is what are your goals within 1 to 2 years based on the mentorship, the skills, the knowledge and experience you're learning from the mentors and the Speak IT events. And that's to any of our speakers. How would you respond to that question?
I can take that.
Mm-hmm.
So to have a continuous relationship with a mentor, definitely I would say to communicate more with them and just try and communicate everything you got, every single step that you're working towards. Um, um, Even if you think it's not important, whatever that you did, just try and give them more information about what you're working on, what are the skill sets that you're working on, what are the plans that you're working towards, all of that. So I would say keeping in communication with the mentor is a very essential. As for your second part of the question, my goals for the coming 2 years. For now, I'm planning to finish my associate degree, and after that, I also getting my certifications that's advice that I got from my mentor, and also a couple of guests that we have over here. So definitely getting my certifications, and after that, I am planning to go on and finish my bachelor's. And getting my bachelor's and also trying to get my foot into the tech industry more. It's like getting
Excellent.
like cybersecurity because that's like the initial field that I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Suleiman, anything else to add before we go to Herschel?
Yeah, no, I'd say always keeping up with technology is definitely something you have to do. So, because technology is always evolving, and then there's always new certificates. Certificates expire. You always got to keep up with them, and then always learning or keeping up with trends.
Okay. Thank you, Suleiman. All righty. Then I'm going to bring in our third guest, Herschel, for him to add on to what has been said so far. And then we'll kind of open it up for like Q&A. Before we do that, Herschel, let me just address one thing. Tyler James, you have a quick question?
Yes. My first question was for the first speaker. You were talking about using your projects in your resume. I was trying to see exactly if you had any tips or tricks on how to do that. And then the second question was for the second speaker. You were talking about how you transferred to Buff State. Was that a difficult process to go through, or how exactly what was the roadways for that? I guess I would say.
All right, that's a good question. For the labs and the projects that I worked on, I absolutely created a website. I would recommend creating a website on GitHub since it's more credible in the tech industry. That's what also Mr. Mike has recommended me to go on. The way I approached it is I was taking several information technology classes that included several projects that you needed to work on in different labs. So I initially just did those labs and I um, put them also into my website in GitHub. And same thing with programming. If you have any programming projects that you're working on, try and also document those and put them into your website. So if there's like a potential employer that wants to hire you, they can go and look at your website or portfolio as a reference to prove that you actually did work on those projects hands-on and you have an experience in that field.
Excellent. Suleiman or Herschel, anything else to add to that information shared? Okay, Suleiman. Herschel. Then we're going to jump over to our third guest today, Herschel. He is another one of I'm going to say the champions and the diamonds as we have here that are growing, developing, and just jumping into things. And I just commend all three of you for the things that you've done. And hopefully you're comfortable with the jest that I have for all of you guys, because I just want to help you just be better and be ready and available for the world. So, Mr. Herschel, over to you, sir.
Hi, everyone. My name is Herschel. I'm currently an IT student here at Area Community College with a focus in MIS. When I first came into ECC, I realized that most of my classes were online and I didn't have the opportunity to speak with my professors in person. So I first started by attending a couple of office hours. I remember my first professor I spoke to was Miss Susan Brennan. Uh, Within our first time, she had helped me with my assignments, and I spoke to her. I said that, are there any opportunities here? Normally, I'm a shy, nervous person. I don't speak as much. But when I walked into the school, I told myself I needed to stand out. I needed to seek every opportunity for me to better myself and also get into the field that I want to be in, which is systems engineering. Ms. Brennan helped me get a school job here at ECC as an IT support. So I was there for about 4 months. And within those 4 months, I have asked every question. I became very curious, always asked questions, wanted to know more about IT, how this worked, how that worked. Even outside of school, I had joined an organization related to what I wanted to get into, which is systems engineering. They have given me the opportunity to become a reviewer on a couple of their projects. It was a great opportunity as well. Within the IT events, I also communicated with Mr. Marmert, Mr. Hashley, as well as Bill. They have became very essential as some of them were previous system engineers, which is what I'm aspiring to be. They have helped me out. They looked at my resume. Also want to thank Mr. Howard as well. He became he was very vital to me. He became more almost like a father figure in the IT industry. He has helped me a lot. Um, Even as of now, I'm a current IT technician. I'm contracted with Collider Health. We're working on a big project here where we're updating the peripherals, such as apart from PCs, printers, scanners. In my job, I'm currently responsible for imaging the PCs and sending them off to the offsite, like Miller Fillmore, the Graph, a couple more sites. Um, I would say how you can stand out is you just simply have to speak. You simply have to talk to people. Well, if you want something, you'll have to go and get it. You know, with my classes being online, I didn't let that stop me. I had went out, took every opportunity as possible. I would say in terms of projects, you can even make some at home, like virtual or physical. But what I did before I attended UCC, I did have previous web development experience. Even as of now, I'm helping with my first clientele with a project that they're creating. So I would say to stand out, you just have to speak up more. You have to ask the right questions, speak to the right people, um, change your surroundings. You know, the I would say it's how bad you want it. That's how I would say it.
Well, thank you, Herschel. Just in commenting on everything that I've heard from the guest speakers today, you guys expressed a lot of things, and I wrote down or tried to capture a lot of the things that I heard you guys saying, from things like, you know, having a strong resume, you know, connecting with people, networking with people, taking advantage of the Speak IT opportunities to help you get to where you are today. I know you guys are still learning and growing. And, you know, again, the three of you that came to this event today, you know, I commend you for what you did. Mr. Herschel, you said you were shy and kind of reserved. Well, you jumped to the challenge on this event, sir. So all I can say is thank you, you know, and the growth I'd have to share with you guys personally and just tell the others is very heartfelt to me. So for me to be able to share a little bit with you three, for you to be able to grow, just as heartfelt to me with you guys. And I know we talk about tough love. I talk about trying to just get you guys the sharpest tool in the toolboxes. You all are showing me the little bit of information I can share with you. It has helped you grow and get better. You know, I think one of the things that was noted, the self-confidence. Okay. You all had not you three, but the other people on the phone. You got to build your self-confidence to be able to get out there and talk to people and to express your interest in a job and what you want to do. Because the best marketer for you is you. Okay. I can help make the connections, but I can't close the deal. Okay. You all getting out there to try to find that job, to try to get those new opportunities. You guys need to close the deal. I can only give you some tips of the trade of what to do, what not to do, and how to be prepped and prepared. But again, those of you on the call today listening to your peers, I hope you have more questions for them because they've already gone through and are going through all the things you're going to have to go through. And these are your best resources to ask those questions because they can tell you what they didn't like, what they do like, jobs you're going to do. 80% of the job you can love, 20% of the job you're going to hate. I'm quite sure Herschel's got a piece of the job he doesn't like, but he has to do that to get the experience to put it on his resume to get that next job. And when he gets that next job, it's still going to be 80-20, even in my job. Okay. And I've been doing this for a while. I'm not going to tell you how long, but I've been doing this for a while. I like 80%. I hate 20%, but I have to do the 20%, period, because that is why they call it a job. It is a job, and it's not going to be everything that you want. So I'm going to throw it out to the audience. And I know, Susan, I know you're faculty. I don't know if there's anything you would also want to add or ask, but questions to our great presenters today, those of you that are attending. Okay, Peter, you have a question? Go ahead, man. Peter, you might be on double mute.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much and for this great event. And then appreciate you, Howard and Ms. Danson. These are very great mentors. Danson, she's my mentor. She connected me with, she was actually my academic advisor when I was still at ECC. And then I graduated 2020. I went to Buffalo State. She connected me to Howard. Howard is my great mentor until right now. It's been like, I think, 5 years. We talk every day. I work in the Mentee Bank. And I also have mentees that I mentor from ECC, from Buffalo State. And I have just want to talk a little bit and then also ask a question as well. Like as Howard been saying, networking is one of the great things that we advise our mentees. Also, when it comes also to interview questions, also we need also to learn some. I normally teach my mentees to have also interview skills. Yeah, like how do you answer? Most of these recruiters or managers, they need also to answer like in logic. Like don't just answer like the way you want. Think after thinking, then pause and get the way to answer the question because they also want to see how do you think in the big picture when they bring for your project? Do you just throw yourself in, or do you just pause for a little bit and do you think before you, or you look for some resources, or how you can attend, or how you're gonna do the project? Basically, during the interview questions, they also want to see these managers and recruiters. It's just something I wanted also to add on. Or also, my question was is. Uh, I think one of you will answer this. When you guys are trying to network, and they say, how how do you think somebody, if you come and network with me, how would you how do you think I would keep your face or your image in my head whenever an opportunity comes in? I would if you guys if we go for an event and there are like 5 people who came to me as students. How do you think I would keep your image in my mind to make sure if I get an opportunity, I'll call you? I don't know if you guys understood my question.
Is maybe to summarize, Peter, are you asking if someone is networking, how do you leave a lasting impression with that person you're trying to network with?
Yes, if I met like five students and there's one opportunity, how do we, how would I like how would I think you what how can I think about you? Basically, it's the way of like how do you keep that networking? Do you have a business card? Is something or just trying to, do you follow them
Okay.
on LinkedIn to make sure they think about you? It's something or just asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a great question. I'll say my approach is I usually so the networking events that I've been to, I have met a couple of professionals in the tech industry. So my approach is I'll go up to them and I'll just introduce myself. And normally in those kind of networking events, the person that I would be approaching will be a presenter in that type of setup. And I was just try and compliment them, try and open up the conversation about what they have presented, try and connect with them on a personal level. I also try to apply what Mr. Howard and Mr. Mike said in one of their events that we had before. It was about talking about the other person that you're trying to gain. So I simply try and connect with them, what they do. Um, Definitely try and be genuine as you could. Not don't just make it superficial. Be really interested to knowing that person and getting to know them better, and in that way, that's the way I approach it. Just being genuine and trying to know the other person more.
Great. Suleiman, Herschel, anything else to add, gentlemen?
I will say try to find something that you could connect with the other person. Like try to build or find some similarities between the two of you. That way you guys could build a stronger connection, whether it's a sport that you guys both enjoy or whether it's I don't know, a vacation where you went to that he also went to or somewhere that he wants to go. Try to build that connection to where you stand out from others.
Okay, thank you. Herschel, anything to add in closing? Because I have a question for the group, not you guys, but for the attendees.
Yes, I would say to add on, just make sure that your intentions are pure with the recruiter. Most of the time, recruiters are they able to sniff out whether if this person is serious or if it's just someone that's just talking whatever. Um, Always, if you guys, for example, if the recruiter has this skill and you want to know about this skill, you can ask them questions. That'll kind of make it more seem like you stand out. Just always wanting to improve, is asking, like I said, the right questions to the right people. So it'll probably leave a mark with the recruiter that, oh, this guy asked about the skill that we use at our workplace. And compared to the other people, they're just asking about, oh, like, anything else apart from anything important.
Okay, thank you, Herschel. This goes out to the attendees who have not asked something. Okay, I know James asked something, Mike asked something, but for the rest of you, when you go to or have the opportunity to participate in things like this, as your guest speakers have said, you need to open your cameras. You need to ask a question. Don't feel as if the question that you are going to ask is dumb or stupid. It's not. If you don't know, you just don't know. But the purpose of these sessions is information sharing. The purpose of the sessions is for you to meet and connect with others. Okay, you got three positive people here. You have the opportunity to possibly connect with in the future, to ask them a question on the side. But if you don't speak up, if you don't speak out, if you don't show yourself on camera, how do I know you're serious, you're interested to participate? I will share with you the three other speakers that are on the phone. They were in the exact same position you are. Okay. They were kind of skeptical to have a conversation with me. I believe I got through that little skepticism, and we have ongoing conversations. I have ongoing conversations with the three of them. It may not be scheduled. It doesn't have to be, They can text me, they could call me, we can have a virtual meeting. All three of them know that. We can have a face-to-face meeting, time permitting, and we can get together. And I've had that with Herschel at least, and they know I'm here to support them. Whether they connect with me in a week, in a month, whatever, all they have to do is outreach to me. But if they don't do that, then how will I really know that they're serious? And I know the three of them here are on the serious nature, and they have goals, they have objectives, they know what they want to do within the next year or 2 years. If they're going to Buff State, Sulam is at Buff State. I know all the professors at Buff State. So if he screws up over there, they're going to tell me. And if you screw up, I'm going to come visit you at one of your classes, and you won't know that, my friend. I'll just show up if you're in Chuck Albertina's class, or Ramunda Santa Maria, or Dr. Goldberg, okay? And they'll keep an eye on you and let me know you're doing well. When you're not doing well, I'm making a house call, my friend. Same thing for the other two. If they're not doing well, they will see me, and I will have an ugly, ugly face, and I will tell them Uncle Theron is here and he ain't happy at all. And we're going to have that fireside chat to get you back on track and focused. Okay. So, Kasim, you have a question, my friend? Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Kasim.
Okay. So thank you for this meeting. I actually didn't have a question, but I wanted to get
Okay.
you guys' opinion on something I was thinking about doing. So
Good.
basically, I wanted to create a Discord server, if you know what Discord is. It's kind of like Zoom, but it's used by people my age, like Gen Z. And I wanted to create this server and advertise it to like ECC's like IT department, and like this like different IT students if they wanted to join, because I
Mhm.
don't really get to see you guys in person, and I wanted to try and like connect with you guys more. So I wanted to know if your opinion on if my like, because the server is currently like in working, because I have to design
Mhm.
it and like wrap it up and add like different features to it. But I wanted to know your
Okay.
opinion if I finish up this server, and if I would have like basically be allowed to advertise it like through like a link.
You're asking the speakers on the call that, Kasim?
Yeah, anyone really. You or Miss Linda or any student here, if they would be interested in joining the server and connecting.
I would say for me, if you sent it to me, I would come visit and see what you're talking about. You know, I can only do that from my personal computer. I can't do it from a work computer, because if you communicate that to certain people who may try to get that through work, the security around a lot of corporate computers is a super lot more technical and engaging than a personal laptop or a school access. So I would offer to you, look at that as a option one. Option two might be maybe you could use Zoom, or maybe you can use WebEx. I think your goal and objective should really be being able to communicate with others in your same arena, and to share information, whether you use Discord, whether you use Zoom, whether you use WebEx, whether you use BlueJeans. Those are just delivery tools. The goal should be, let's communicate somehow, some way, to make it as easy as possible for anybody and everybody. So, but I would pursue your first approach to try to do the Discord, see if that works. If that doesn't work, go to option two or option three or option four. But always, in whatever you guys are doing from technology perspective, you need multiple options. You can't just count on one, because if it doesn't work, you got to go to option two or option three or option four. Okay, because that's the tech world. That's what we do. Okay. So, any other thoughts or feedback from anybody on the call? Then I'm going to go after some people. Um, is it pronounced Kazi or Crystal? Any questions from you all, or Jeffrey or Anthony? Okay, I know your mics are on mute, but any questions? Jeffrey, you came off of mute. Do you have a question?
No, I don't. I just wanted to make sure that I was heard, though. I've just been kind of listening intently. I'm at work, so I'm kind of balancing work and this call as best I can.
Got it. Got it. But while I have your voice, Jeffrey, let me just ask, do or did you find value from this particular call?
Absolutely. Especially when it came to the resume and recruiting portion. I mean, I've been with the company I'm currently at for quite a few years as a
Mhm.
system engineer, but I'm on the hardware side, so most of my scholastic things are trying to sharpen up my software acumen.
Got it.
And especially, and I do know, and you mentioned you work at M&T, and I know a bunch of database administrators that work over there too, and they're really good friends. So, so there's always opportunities for recruitment. I know I've been recruited. In fact, one of my former employees that did our software imaging for our systems here, just had an interview with you guys through, I think, I want to say TechNet or somebody similar, Tech Systems, I believe it was,
Okay.
as a contractor. So there's definitely a lot of opportunities out there. And to be honest with you, I'm sure that a lot of people on this call have seen the explosion in costs and scarcity when it comes to hardware, and that's the industry that I'm in. So
Exactly.
moving away from a hardware centric position that I'm in into something a little more flexible is definitely been one of the major reasons why back in school now.
Excellent. I mean, like getting into the software engineering aspect of the job,
Software engineering,
cybersecurity.
cybersecurity, things like that.
Got it.
We have an MSP arm for the company that I work for, and I do help them quite a bit. I've actually over the years I've gone across the country doing data migrations and things like that, but that's not really where my expertise is. I'm more
Okay.
along the lines of hardware, AI development, data centers, things of that nature.
Mhm.
So this is definitely a little bit of learning curve for me, but at the same time, I have enough of the background that some of the I side components of the software and the security side have been helpful, especially for the resume building for that.
Exactly. Well, I mean, think about looking into exploring more stuff in Azure and cloud, and then also in the architectural aspect of, how large corporations have to build things because we have different like what we call solution review boards that look at how applications are live and breathe and work within our structure. So guys like you that know how the hardware works are very, useful and needed so that we can properly put the right software and balance it in a hardware environment properly. So the all the skills that you've got and going more for the software engineering piece, you can only become just more dangerous, Jeffrey, and because then you'll have a combination of hardware, software knowledge
That's
and
the
background.
that's the goal. That's the hope for sure.
Okay, well, look me up. You never know. There's always opportunities here. And what I'll say, just as what I offer my students, okay, I work for one organization, but I have other contacts with other people in other organizations. And even if this organization could not take advantage of a guy like you, Jeffrey, doesn't mean I don't have connections where I could throw you over to another colleague of mine that might work for AAA or Kaleida or Independent Health or Geico. So, again, these forums are for you guys to connect. These forums are for you to, if you're doing the thing that my three guest speakers are doing, you're networking to get into their sphere of information to be able to get into their network. Okay. So even though these three are part of my network, you are now part of my bigger network. So if I see some opportunity that's out there that fits the bill for you, I'm going to be a mentoring sponsor, and I'm going to go out and say, hey, Herschel is a super guy for this opportunity. Please consider him. If I do that, I'm now not just his mentor, but I'm his sponsor. And when he goes out and talks to these people, Herschel represents me, okay, because I'm going out on a limb for him.
Mhm.
And if he does super, more than happy. If he doesn't do so good and not get the job, okay, then, but he gave it a shot. He tried. We'll figure out what he needed to upskill on, and we'll fix that for the next opportunity. The soft skills you guys need to develop are the things that you need to tap into these three, because they've been successful with the things that they've done and learned and are applying. Okay. Those of you that have spoken, Mike, James, Kasim, Jeff, Peter, thank you. Those of you that haven't spoken, I'm going to challenge you for the next time you come to one of these Speak ITs and open your mouth and say something. Because if you can't get into the business world by sitting and saying nothing. Okay, these three were probably shaking in their boots. If you were doing conversations with people, doing interviews with people, you do one, you're shaking like hell. You do two, a little less shake. You do three, you now have gotten your feet wet and you're comfortable and you can do this. You go, and you keep doing that, and it just becomes a secondary type of thing. If you don't do it, that's going to be the hardest thing for you guys to do. And the next time we run our wine mentoring, wine networking event, you should join us. Okay. If you haven't received any emails from us, when I say us, the advisory committee, about the internships or job opportunities, shoot Linda an email or shoot me an email. I'll share that email with you again. Okay. And if you get it, apply. One last thing, kind of in closure, ECC, and this is insider information. ECC is going to be doing a career fair in April. I forgot what the dates were, but I know this because the career services director told me some of the dates. When you see that event come up, if you're looking to do internships, if you're looking to do jobs, you better go. If you don't go, that's on you guys. That's a negative on you. Okay. All I can do is to try to help guide and offer some suggestions, of which this is what I do for the three of them. I don't tell them to do anything. I just suggest things. What works for one may not work for the other, but if it doesn't work, learn from that and then apply it better the next time. But again, Linda, myself, some of the names that were mentioned for the advisory board, they're here to help support you. The only thing that you got to do is ask. Okay. That's what these three did. They asked. Okay. And I'm not going to tell them what to say, but if you want to know the kind of relationship I have with them, it's on you guys to outreach to each one of them and to ask them. And they will know. I try to be fair. I try to be forward and honest with them, but I'm going to be straight with them. And if I see that they're doing something really, really wrong, I'm going to tell them. And they're grown up enough to accept a slap on the hand. Okay. And I hope I don't have to put a boot on Suleiman, because I got some new boots, Suleiman, and they got size 13 on them. I need to leave a mark someplace, but it's just that my friend smiles, but he knows that's in jest, but that's to keep him on the straight, keep him on the narrow, keep him focused, because I just want the guy to do better. I just want him to do good. That's all. And that picture behind you, Suleiman, if you don't want it, I'll take it. Okay. I like that picture. That's the second time I've seen that. So I can add that to my collection, and I kind of see the animals in there. It looks like either a tiger or a cougar or something like that. But if you don't want it, I'll take it off your hands, my friend. Okay. But I'm okay. Linda gave the dates of the career fair, April 22 through April 23. So you all have phones. Put it on your phone. You got a calendar. Okay. Part of this whole thing is time management too. And if you see the advertisement for it, I'm going to tell you go, because the least thing that you can do is find some jobs, make some connections, walk away and smile, and get through the butterflies of trying to speak to others. You got to get through that. Okay. So I know we're at 12:57. I have to run to another crazy meeting. My day is full of meetings on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But I hope what you heard from these guys is informative, informational, and again, is from your peers, not us. And we do hope that you guys will come back to future Speak IT sessions we'll have in the fall. And I hope the three of you, regardless of where you are, you're always welcome to attend any of the events. And I hope if we do one of these again, you'll come back again for me. I hope that. And I appreciate that. And I give you the love for the three of you for going out of your way to be part of today's event. And I thank you very much for that.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys. Have a good rest
Thank
of
you.
your day, all. And please, if you need me, look me up on ECC, shoot me an email, and I will definitely get back to you. Okay? Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.